Welcome to the special exhibition, The Color Orange, at the Stark Museum of Art in Orange, Texas. This exhibition explores the history, uses, and effects of one color, orange. In this exhibition, you will see works that show how artists use orange. You will see how orange plays a role in creating vibrant imagery, exploring nature, and evoking emotions. Nikolai Fation's painting of Lola, Mrs. Triana, Spanish dancer, serves as a signature image of the exhibition because of the artist's exuberant use of orange. Close looking reveals multiple shades of orange, from a rich red orange to orange with yellow breaking through. Fation's energetic brushstrokes and bold composition add to the impact and make Fation's painting an ideal introduction to the section of the exhibition that reveals how artists use orange to create vibrant imagery. Artists can use orange as the dominant color, as Laverne Nelson Black did in this painting of the Lone Cowboy, with its blazing orange background. In fact, orange is the only true color in this work. The other paints he used were neutrals: white, cream, brown, gray, and black. The artist then used orange as accents in depicting the cowboy, his horse and gear, and the grass. Laverne Nelson Black created a new way to depict a traditional subject, like the cowboy, by using a non-traditional handling of color. Artists can also use orange effectively, even when it's a small element. The painting Not From My Garden is one of Georgia O'Keeffe's floral paintings, a heliconia. O'Keeffe depicted the heliconia's main color as scarlet, a vivid red that has an orange tinge. She used pale orange for the interior of the flower's bracts, which helps to portray the three-dimensionality of the plant. She made the background a creamy yellow. Yellow and red are the two primary colors that are mixed to make the secondary color orange, so O'Keeffe's painting could be seen as a lesson in orange. Another example of a small but significant touch of orange can be seen in Robert Fichter's photograph, Orange. Fichter produced a rather straightforward photograph of a garden, which he overlaid with a black, jagged framing device. A single orange appears to be hurtling out of the picture plane toward the viewer. Artists combine orange with different types of color. Orange, a warm color, combined with green, a cool color, creates a sustaining harmony. And orange with yellow can create a bright and sunny atmosphere. Thomas Moran used orange in balance with its complementary color blue. On a color wheel of primary and secondary colors, blue and orange are opposite of each other and therefore complementary. In the Mirage, the blues and oranges appear in almost equal amounts, making the painting especially intense. All the works in this exhibition come from the permanent collection of the Stark Museum of Art and include a range of different types of art, not only Western American paintings, but also decorative arts and Native American belongings. This blanket, woven by an artist who was Diné, also known as Navajo, shows how the artist developed an eye dazzler when commercial chemical dyes and yarns became available. The color orange appears in nature, in the plants, animals, and landscape. Artists can use orange to replicate what they see in nature. Visually describing is a way of knowing the subject. Artists play important roles in the growth of knowledge about the natural world through sharing their work. Artists and scientists like John Gould make visual representations of plants and animals for natural history publications that increased scientific knowledge. For John James Audubon's books on birds and mammals, it was important that the colors of his prints be accurate. Pattern plates, like this red-bellied squirrel, gave the colorist of the lithographic studio a guide to follow in hand-coloring Audubon's prints. This exhibition includes natural history publications from Europeans, such as Leonard Fuchs' notable commentaries on the history of plants. He published the earliest known images of some North American plants, such as the pumpkin. The English artist Elizabeth Blackwell published an herbal, a book documenting plants that had uses for medicine or food, including the fruit orange. The orange fruit supplied a name for the color orange in English in the 1600s. In previous centuries, the color had simply been called yellow-red. That's why some birds and animals have been described as red, like the red robin or the red fox, when their coloration is actually orange. They were named before there was an English word for orange. The third section of this exhibition looks at how artists use orange to evoke emotion. The color orange, composed of yellow and red, combines sunniness and passion. Orange is often the principal color used for the depiction of fire, as in this group of paintings by Joseph Henry Sharp. The way orange fire is portrayed can evoke feelings of emotional warmth and beauty, as in these paintings, or, in another context, it could signal danger. Paintings of autumn scenes like this work by Joseph Bakos use orange to make associations with the changing season of the year. In Charlie Harper's Blackburnian Warbler, the artist composed his pictures using basic shapes and flat planes of color. For the Blackburnian Warbler, the artist employed orange on the face, throat, and crown of the bird. That is where the bird in nature has flame orange and yellowish orange feathers. Yet instead of detailed representations, Harper abstracted the design. He used half-moons and slivers of flat, saturated orange. His simplified shapes and colors delight the viewer by evoking joyful nature in its elemental essence. And his work as well combines information about the bird and creates vivid imagery, all the features of uses of color orange. The exhibition The Color Orange is on view at the Stark Museum of Art, Orange, Texas, through October 3rd, 2026.